Hey world, Brookie here. Tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to share one of my short stories. Uh, you know, a different side of my artistry, not just singing, not just poetry or rapping or acting and all that other stuff, but to emphasize the novelist in me, to emphasize the writer in me. So the title of this piece is the poem actually is Amor Dario. But I want to read the backstory to the poem before, so you can get an understanding of kind of what makes me tick, how I think, certain things that happen, and you know, this with this story in particular, just how joyful it made me feel. I'm not saying whether it's fiction or nonfiction, but I guess you should get it by the time I'm done reading it. So also, if you haven't already, you should definitely go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/ bmilagros95 CPB, and like it because it is good. And you will see actually the written out version of this whole story that I'm about to read. And basically, so forgive me if my eyes are like skimming across the screen. That's because I'm reading it from my Facebook page, which you should go and definitely like. Um, Once again, the name of this is the name of the poem that's tied to this is Amor Dario. For those of you that don't speak Spanish, it means daily love, and this is the backstory, kind of how I came up with it. Once upon a time, I call myself being deeply in love with a young man named Deshaun. He and I shared a kindred and unique bond in our relationship. My last year of high school and first few semesters of college, I was head over heels for him. I often joked about being his wife someday, but like seriously, I was kind of dead serious. Deshaun at the time was training for the United States Navy, so he'd go back and forth to boot camp for months at a time with little to no contact and long waiting periods, which took a toll on me. However, when I did get the chance to see him and he finally returned to my arms, it filled a void and made me feel so ecstatic. He was truly the key to my heart. There's a special moment he and I shared that I will never forget, and it will always be in the back of my mind. Deshaun had finally returned home for a while before going off to his training again, or maybe this was the final goodbye before I saw him never ever again in his 4 year tour. But either way, I just gotten word, and I was so filled with joy and happiness to see him. Like, I think my whole body temperature rose a point or two. He made my heart melt. It was a Sunday and windy. The only reason I know it was a Sunday is because I had on heels, which means I come straight from church to see him. Now, I don't remember how I got there, but I did. I went to his home, greeted all of his family members, and sat for a while. Then we decided to take a stroll outside. Where he lived wasn't too far from a bike trail, so we took off and headed down that path hand in hand. I kind of stopped every so often because my feet were hurting in the heels, but I kept pushing because I didn't want him to stop walking with me. We got to a point on the trail where we paused, and all he wanted to do was hold me. So he wrapped me in his arms and slid him down to my waist and pulled me close. When he turned me a certain way to look in my eyes, the wind would brush through us and my ears would ring. I was wearing a large pair of silver earrings that had a tiny hollow hole beneath them. Now, I was already melting with him holding me, but the wind shortly completely knocked my senses loose. I wrapped my arms around him, and we kissed. As soon as we did, my ears whistled with the wind going past, and I was off balance. I took a step back to catch myself. He said, "Are you okay? Seems like you're gonna fall. I thought you said you could walk in heels, girl." I said, "Yeah, I'm good. It's just windy. Plus, I can't stand when you're holding me." We laughed. He pulled me close again, and this time my knees got weak, and the wind blew even harder. It seems like, I don't know. But the harder the wind blew, the louder the whistling grew in my ears. And because he thought it was funny that I was blowing with the wind, he didn't let me go. I stumbled a few times, but every time I stumbled, he caught me. After a few days, the kiss we shared was all I could think about. Sometime later, I wrote this poem and mailed it to him with photos of me. I could only imagine how it would truly feel to be a military wife now. But the moments of pure passion, youth, and romance I wouldn't trade for anything. Amor Dario. He takes pieces of my soul, molds it, fills it with good things, and returns it to me. My heart jumps exuberantly, filled with the satisfaction of now knowing that I am being loved. The wind blows sweet love notes that whistle past my ear down into the deep chambers of my heart. I can't begin to express just how amazing it feels to be so close in depth and in love when we're far apart. By BrookLynne, Milagros, Salazar, CPB. I seriously, oh my god, I almost teared up reading that. I hope you enjoyed my short story. I hope you enjoyed my poem. And if you want to read it for yourself without me almost tearing up, definitely go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/bmilagros95 CPB. You can like me, and a short story will be on there. It's called Amor Dario, Daily Love. Um, and you can definitely find me on Twitter, which is you could just at me at bmilagros95. So I hope everybody is having a safe and a blessed night, and look forward to more. That's all I gotta say for now. So toodles.